from the Bay Area's local news station. We begin now with breaking news.
So that breaking news story we've been following for you for the last hour or so is out of the North Bay, where Vanden High School in Fairfield has been canceled now. The class is canceled because of a threat.
KRON 4's Sarah Stinson is joining us live from the campus with the very latest. Why are they canceling it, Sarah?
Well, there's actually a threat of violence that school officials learned about, and as a result, and as a safety precaution, they have shut down campus. Usually, you know, around 8 o'clock, you see the hustle and bustle of school. Vanden High School looks like a ghost town right now. Nobody is here, and there was one cop here, but he left. But other than that, I mean, it is a ghost town. Nobody's here. Nobody's in the parking lot. It's all locked up, and that's all due to this threat of violence. Now, the announcement was made by the district's Facebook page, and they said that this is the Travis Unified School District, by the way. They said in a statement, district officials said the closure was done out of an abundance of caution and for the safety of our students and staff. Now, all their schools in the area and in the district remain open for class on Wednesday. School is expected to resume here at Vanden High School on Thursday. Now, police are investigating this act of violence. They are trying to figure out who did this, and also they haven't been specific about what kind of threat of violence, but obviously it was significant enough to shut down the school. We've seen other threats across the Bay Area, but never have they actually shut down a school, not in a long time that I've seen anyways. And this school has actually had a history of some violent graffiti, actually, they've had to deal with in the past year. They had some racial slurs written on school campus grounds. They've had to remove those and speak with parents about how they're going to remove those and properly talk to students about them. So clearly they've got some issues within the school that they're working out. But yeah, school is completely closed here. Again, no other schools are closed in the area, just Vanden High School. I'm live in Fairfield. Sarah Stinson, KRON 4 News.
The question of why, because they got the threat at 7 o'clock last night on the school's Facebook page, so they thought about it for a long time. So obviously they felt credible enough, and they told us early this morning, and we broke in with that the school was closed.
But as Sarah said, they're expecting to reopen again tomorrow. And the other big story, by the way, that we're following is the rain. And for more on that, we got to get over to the Weather Center. John, you've been tracking this on the radar. What's it looking outside right now?
Yeah, becoming a little bit more widespread, guys. As we work our way through the morning, you're seeing more and more of that cloud cover and that rain drifting further and further south. Now looking at it, stretching all the way into the peninsula, unlike moments ago when it was still very isolated to the North Bay. That line of showers right there, just right up and down the shoreline from Pacifica through Daly City, eventually on up through Ocean Beach in San Francisco. Lighter showers just west of the Bay Bridge, right around where 101 and 280 merge into downtown San Francisco. And you are looking at some of our heavier showers still continuing in the North Bay, just as they have. Light showers right around the Richmond-Santa Fe Bridge. Richmond itself seeing some light sprinkle activity. Mill Valley also checking in with some lighter rainfall, and heavier rainfall working its way northeast through northern Napa and Sonoma County this morning. 101, just a very wet drive there. Rainfall will take us on into the middle of the morning, so around 9, 10, 11 a.m. Some of the heaviest stuff to be expected. Yellow and orange indicating just that. Some of our heavier rainfall that'll stretch especially through the East Bay and linger there for some time early into the afternoon. By the time we work into the afternoon itself, a chance of isolated thunderstorms for our inland areas. After that, conveniently timed right here, you get a nice break. So your drive home from work actually looks pretty good compared to where we're going to be at right in the middle of the day. Showers return tonight. Stay with us on into tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon too. So we still have an active pattern ahead of us. Temperatures upper 50s right now. That's where we're going to stay for a bit. Upper 50s continue through your morning hour at 8 a.m. and on towards noon too. By the afternoon, a bit more sunshine helps temperatures to boost into the low 60s. Robin?
All right, let's check the commute. It's not too bad out there. No major alerts to talk about, but a lot of heavy traffic. Of course, at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, the backup spilling into the Oakland Maze. The only improvement that I see is really the carpool lanes. Cash lanes and fast track lanes are very slow, and it's still jammed from the maze. I'm also keeping my eyes on this motorcycle accident southbound 101 at Silver in San Francisco. We have injuries. We have the two left lanes blocked, so it's going to be slow from 80 on 101 South all the way up to the accident scene at Silver. So keep that in mind. I'll keep my eyes on this and check more slowdowns coming up. James?
All right, thank you, Robin. New this morning, a woman was injured in a house fire in Concord.
KRON 4's Yoli Aceves continues with this breaking news coverage from the scene with the very latest. Yoli?
So look live. Should I just do that right now?
Yes, well, that grandmother seems to be doing okay. She's still in the hospital recovering. Family members right now are kind of coming back to the home. You could kind of see them through the gate there. It's very hard for them because, I mean, it was, this fire basically just devastated this whole household. Let's show you some video of what it looks like inside the garage. This is video I took earlier. Now, firefighters said that when they arrived, they saw the back of the house fully engulfed, and in fact, they heard explosions. Neighbors also talked about how they heard explosions. Let's take a listen to Paul Silva, the battalion chief for the Contra Costa Fire Department.
Arrival, we heard some loud, what sounded to be explosions. I'm not sure if it was ammunition or propane bottles. We still are yet to determine that. With probably 4 or 5 explosions. Our crews got on scene quickly. We started putting water on the fire. We put some crews through the front door to knock the main body of the fire down inside, and got the fire out pretty quickly. But it was very, very apparent when we first arrived on scene that something was blowing up in the garage.
What we've learned is that 3 generations of the same family lived at this house.
Now, that fire is still under investigation. They're not sure whether it was the propane tanks that actually caused the fire or if they just exploded because of the fire. So that is still under investigation. Right now, though, the family is coming back. Aside from the grandmother, everybody did get out safely and they're all right. But now they have to face the aftermath of this fire. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Yoli.
New this morning, a man is dead following a shooting last night in Oakland. It happened on the 1800 block of Church Street. The victim's name so far has not been released to the public, and right now they are continuing to track down the gunman. Another big story that we are following, this out of San Francisco, where the city has reached a settlement with the mother of Mario Woods. He was fatally shot by police in the Bayview district back in 2015, and there's cell phone video of officers surrounding him. Woods was a suspect in a previous stabbing. When officers got to him, surrounded him, they claimed that he refused to drop his knife that he was holding. But the lawsuit filed by his mother claims that her son never threatened the officers or even raised the knife before he was shot. The amount of money reached in the settlement has not been announced, but the settlement comes 6 days before a jury trial. And there's a picture of Mario Woods before a trial was set to begin in 6 days from now. New this morning, a man working for a ride-sharing service is arrested for exposing himself near the UC Berkeley campus multiple times. The incidents happened last year in the area of Dwight Way and Etna Street. Police increased patrols in the area, and after investigating for several months, they ended up arresting David Harrington. He's charged with 4 counts of indecent exposure.
In the South Bay, the Santa Clara County Public Health Department says an international traveler had measles during their week-long stay here in the Bay Area. Now, the person infected with the measles visited nearly 24 locations. In fact, we have a map here that we put together showing you the places in the South Bay where this person visited. A lot of dots on the map. The health department says the person with this measles infection went to the Mountain View Walmart 2 Saturdays ago. That was on March 16th between 3 and 5 in the afternoon. That person then went over to the Hoover Tower observation deck at Stanford, then a Palo Alto Poke restaurant, a Sunnyvale CVS, and a Safeway in Mountain View. Now, symptoms of the measles include cough, runny nose, a fever, a red blotchy rash over your body. So if you're not vaccinated and you start to notice these symptoms, you need to contact the health department or your health provider first before going there. If you just show up unannounced with these symptoms, you might potentially put other patients at risk. So make sure you call ahead. Our coverage of this story continues online at KRON4.com. Don't forget, we've actually put an interactive map on there of all the places this person visited, so you can check it against where you've been. Details on the symptoms of this potentially deadly disease are also on the website, as well as information on the local pharmacies that offer vaccines. Again, go to KRON4.com for all of that.
A man wanted for a shooting in San Francisco's Mission District is arrested after a shootout with CHP officers. Police have not released his name so far, but they say he shot a man on 13th Street on Monday before driving to Southern California. His car turned up in Riverside County near the Arizona border. That's when the shootout took place between the man as well as CHP officers. Fortunately, the officers were not injured. It's not clear yet if the gunman himself, if he was injured. As for the shooting victim in San Francisco, we are being told that this morning that person is still in critical condition.
Happening today, there's a chance that maybe you will be the next multimillionaire when the numbers for the Powerball jackpot are drawn. We've got the pool going.
That's right. It's our office pool here. The Powerball jackpot has skyrocketed to $750 million after nobody won Saturday's drawing.
So this makes it the fourth highest prize in U.S. lottery history. If you take the cash option, you're going to walk away with a cool $465.5 million. With all the ticket buying going on today, the jackpot's probably going to go up before the drawing tonight at 8 o'clock, so we'll have to see what the final jackpot is. But if you are playing, buy your tickets before the drawing. Obviously, tickets for a chance to win cost just $2. It's just $2 to dream.
And that's why the pot continues to grow and grow. Before, it was $1, and now that's why we see it just exponentially jump to $2.
Jackpots, yeah. Still ahead on the KRON 4 Morning News. Don't be alarmed if you get an earthquake warning on your phone. If you're going to be in Oakland today, we'll tell you about something they're testing. We'll be right back with that. And a popular preschool in San Francisco preparing to close its doors after more than a half-century in operation. We'll tell you what that means for the teachers and the parents. And it's a rainy start to this Wednesday morning. Here's a quick live look at the radar. John Schrabel with more on what we'll expect with this rain throughout the rest of the day.
Plus, they added